titrations. Yeah. Basically, there are two types of titrations. One is acid-base titration and the other is redox titration. What happens in acid-base titration? You will be titrating an acid against its opposite solution, which is base, or you will be titrating a base against its opposite solution, which is an acid, and there you will be having a neutralization reaction. In case of redox titration, you will be titrating an oxidizing agent with a reducing agent. There the reaction that is going to happen is redox reaction, right? So based on the type of titration also, we have different types of indicators. For acid-based titrations, we use pH-sensitive indicators. We will be reading about in detail about this in the chapter of ionic equilibrium. For redox reactions, we use redox-sensitive indicators where the color depends upon presence of oxidant or reductant. If you are having an oxidizing agent in the system, that along with the indicator you will be having color 1. If you are having reducing agent in the system, that along with the indicator you will be having color 2. Agreed? And in the last lecture we have also discussed there are two types of indicators in the redox indicators also. There are self indicators as well as external indicators. What is meant by self indicator? The reagent itself will be colored. Suppose if you are taking KMnO4, can you please put your video on, anyone? Please put your video on. Yeah. If you are taking KMnO4, and if you are introducing that through burette, what is the color of KMnO4? Purple to pink. The solution of KMnO4, the color ranges from purple to pink. Whenever you are introducing KMnO4 inside H2C2O4, H2C2O4 is colorless. Whenever you are introducing that through drop phase, whenever all the equivalents of H2C2O4 are consumed by KMnO4, that is called as equivalence point. Uske baad aap log, if you are introducing 1 drop of KMnO4, and if the concentration is as low as 10⁻⁻⁶ molar, that particular concentration is sufficient to give you a color. So if you are adding a very small drop of KMnO4 after the equivalence point, you can see a color change. If you are seeing the titration of FeC2O4 with KMnO4, the end point is visible when the last trace of reducing agent, which is Fe2 positive and C2O4 2 minus. Fe2 positive converts into Fe3 positive and C2O4 2 minus converts into CO2. Okay. So यहाँ पे आपको trace of pink color appear. The first trace of pink color appear for MnO4 concentration as low as 10⁻⁻⁶ molar. Once all the equivalents of FeC2O4 are consumed by KMnO4, that is the last trace. Okay. After that, if I'm adding a drop of KMnO4, there will be a pink color. Is this clear? So in this case, KMnO4 is acting as a self-indicator. There is no need of adding an external indicator. But in this case, reagents where there is no dramatic color change, matlab if you are having titration of dichromate, again you are having here, you are titrating FeSO4. यहाँ पे example में नहीं लिखा था वो. You are titrating FeSO4 with dichromate. In the FeSO4, you have Fe2 positive that will be converting into Fe3 positive. In this case, you need to add an external reagent or external indicator. I am using diphenylamine. No need to remember any of these indicators, the names of these indicators. They will be separately mentioning so and so indicator is added. Everything other than the reagent will be the indicator. Okay. So from the question only, you can sort out which is the indicator. Okay. So in this case में क्या होगा? Once the equivalents of FeSO4 are consumed by dichromate, by addition of another drop of dichromate, that will be reacting with diphenyl, and that diphenyl will be producing some intense blue color. Okay. Clear hai? ठीक है. Okay. Let's go to our last concept, which is volume strength. What are the different concentration terms we have? Molarity, molality, mole fraction, percentage, weight by weight, mass percent, volume percent, percentage weight upon volume, ppm, ppb. gram per liter, etc. Okay. These are the general concentration terms, and out of these, molarity is the most commonly used, or it is the default concentration term. In case of H2O2, hydrogen peroxide, we use another concentration term which is called as volume strength, and this is exclusively used for H2O2. If you purchase H2O2 solutions from the market, उसके ऊपर उस particular solution के ऊपर the label it will be written as some X volume H2O2 or some 100 volume H2O2 solution. You won't be having molarity, you will be having volume strength. Okay, so let us try to understand what is meant by that volume strength. According to definition, the definition is, suppose if you have X volume H2O2, this X can be any number. इसका मतलब क्या है? If I take one volume of this particular H2O2 solution, if I take one volume of H2O2 solution, it will produce X volumes of O2 at STP according to this following reaction. One volume matlab you can take 1 ml, you can take 1 liter, you can take 1 dm cube, anything. If I'm taking 1 ml of H2O2 solution, it will produce X ml of O2. If I take 1 liter of H2O2 solution, it will produce X liters of O2. According to this particular equation, 2 H2O2 gives rise to H2O plus O2. Is this clear? As per the definition, suppose if I'm taking 10 volume H2O2, इसका मतलब क्या है? वो 10 volume H2O2 solution जो भी है, उसका मैं, if I'm taking 1 liter solution of it, if I'm taking 1 liter of solution of it, if I do this reaction, H2O2 gives rise to H2O plus O2, it will be liberating 10 liters of O2. Okay. If I'm taking 100 volume H2O2, उस particular solution का 1 liter लेके, if I perform this reaction, I will be getting 100 liters of O2 at STP. Is this clear? Okay. So, यहाँ पे हम कितना लिया है? X volume H2O2. So, if I'm taking 1 liter solution of it, I will be getting X liters at STP. Can you tell me the moles of O2? What are the moles of O2 here?
22.4.
We know that 22.4 liters is nothing but 1 mole. So if you are having X liters, it will constitute to how many moles? X upon 22.4 mole of O2. Agreed? Okay. From the stoichiometry, 2 moles of H2O2 is giving me 1 mole of O2. From the stoichiometry, 2 moles of H2O2 is giving me 1 mole of O2. So in order to obtain these many moles of O2, what should be the moles of H2O2?
X by 11.
One.
Or it is 2 into X upon 22.4 mole, which is equal to X upon 11.2 mole. Okay. Now let us try to convert the volume strength into molarity. What is molarity?
Moles upon 1 liter.
Molarity of H2O2. Molarity is nothing but moles of H2O2 upon volume of the solution in liters. What are the moles of H2O2? X upon 11.2. And what is the volume we have taken? 1 liter. So divided by 1 liter. So what is the molarity of X volume strength H2O2 solution? Nothing but X upon 11.2. Agreed? This is the relation between molarity and volume strength. Any doubt, anyone?
No, sir.
Okay. We already know the Z factor of H2O2 in any of its reactions as how much?
2.
2, right? Z factor of H2O2 as an oxidizing agent or reducing agent. is always 2. What is the relation between normality and molarity? Normality is equals to
Molarity into Z factor.
molarity into Z factor. If you already know molarity as x upon 11.2, the Z factor is 2. So what is the formula for normality then?
X upon 5.
By 5.6.
Any doubt? Any doubt, anyone?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Okay. Tell me, यहाँ पे क्वेश्चन जैसे दे रहा हूँ आपको. Strength of X volume. Strength of X volume H2O2 solution in gram per liter. Tell me what is the value of it. You need to convert X volume H2O2 in terms of gram per liter. You already know all of this information. Molarity पता है, सब पता है. You need to convert this in gram per liter. Excuse me.
So 17x by 5.6.
17x by 5.6 or it is 34x upon 11.2. Right? Good. 17x by 5.6 or 34x by 11.2. We know the molarity as how much? X upon 11.2. So in 1 liter solution, moles of H2O2 कितना होगा? X upon 11.2. Okay. So what is the mass of H2O2? It is moles into molecular weight. Molecular weight is 34. इतना grams होगा. So concentration in gram per liter is equal to 34x. Already we have taken 1 liter solution only upon 11.2 gram per liter. Agreed?
Yes.
Any doubt? Can you tell me percentage weight by volume? Tell me percentage weight by volume. What is percentage weight per volume? Equals to weight of solute upon volume of solution into 100. What is the weight of solute? 34x upon 11.2. What is the volume of the solution?
1 liter.
You need to substitute in ml, right? You need to substitute that in ml into 100. कितना हो गया? Percentage weight by volume is 34x upon 112. Percentage weight upon volume equals to 34x upon 112. Agreed?
Yes.
So in the question, they may either ask you normality, they will be giving you the volume strength. They may either ask you molarity or normality or gram per liter or percentage weight by volume. These are the things which they usually ask. Okay. इनके अलावा जो भी अदर चीजें पूछा है, you can, I hope you can convert that if you are given the data. Okay. Percentage weight by weight calculate करने के लिए you need to know the density of the solution. Unless and until you know the density, you cannot find the weight of the solution. If you know the density, you can also convert that into percentage weight by weight. Agreed?
हाँ सर.
Okay. Molarity is equals to x upon 11.2. ये याद रखो, बाकी सब आप लोग डिराइव कर सकते हो. Okay. Solve this question. I hope आपको समझ में आ रहा है कैसे करना है. Answer.
Molarity 0.810,
Yeah.
1.620.
Once again, normality is 1.62.
And molarity is 0.81.
0.81. Very good. Volume strength
0.81 into 11.2.
0.81 into 11.2. कितना होगा वो? It's the right answer.
Nine point zero seven.
9.072. 9.072. Right. That's the right answer. बाकी लोग understand the question here. Initially, we are taking everyone. Initially, we are taking 50 ml of H2O2 solution and we are diluting it to 1 liter. Whenever we are diluting it, what will happen to the concentration? The concentration will be decreased. They're asking us to find the volume strength, normality, and molarity of the original H2O2 solution. Original matlab ye wala 50 ml H2O2 solution ka. Okay. So if I'm taking the molarity of that 50 ml H2O2 solution as some m molar after dilution, what will be its concentration? It has to be m1. इसका m1 मान लेते हैं. m1 v1 equals to m2 what is the final volume? Final volume is 1000 ml. Agreed? The number of moles of H2O2 in this 50 ml solution must be equal to the number of moles of H2O2 in the 1 liter solution, right? Everyone, am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So what is the molarity of this 1 liter solution? M2 will be equal to 0, 0 cancel hoga. It will be M1 upon 20,
Yes, sir.
right? So ये जो particular M1 upon 20 solution है, I am taking only 25 ml of it. I am titrating it with 0.02 molar 20.25 ml K1O4 and this is H2O2. So at equivalence point or at end point, M1 V1 Z1 must be equal to M2 V2 Z2. मतलब यहाँ पे M1 upon 20 into what is the volume?
25.
25 ml into what is the Z factor for H2O2?
2.
It is 2. This must be equal to M2 is
0.
0.02. The volume is 20.25 into what is the Z factor? It is 5.
5.
Band 153. They are saying it as acidified KMnO4. मतलब acidic solution है. Okay. So from this you can calculate the molarity M1 as, what is the answer you got? It is 0.81 molar. Okay. What is normality? Normality is equals to molarity into Z factor, which is equal to 0.81 into 2, which is equal to 1.62 normal. What is volume strength? Volume strength is equals to 11.2 into molarity, which is equal to 11.2 into 0.81, which is 9.072. What is the formula for molarity? Molarity is equals to X, which is nothing but volume strength divided by 11.2. So from that I have written volume strength is equals to 11.2 into molarity. Okay. बस आपको इक्विवेलेंस को ही इक्वेट करना है. सपोज इनिशियल ये जो इंफॉर्मेशन नहीं दिया, then you can directly equate 25 into molarity into 25 into molarity into 2 must be equal to 0.02 into 20.25 into 5. Then you will get molarity of this 25 ml solution. Okay. पहले आप लोग ऐसा भी कर सकते हो. You can find the molarity of this solution. After finding this, you can find the molarity of the 50 ml solution. M1 V1 equal to M2 V2. Agreed? Everyone, any doubt?
No, sir.
Pradham Aditya.
No, sir.
No, sir.
Okay. Please solve this question. Pradham, you tell me the answer for this. Calculate volume strength of H2O2 solution. If 50 ml of H2O2 solution is diluted with 50 ml of H2O, dilute करने के बाद 20 ml of this diluted solution required 40 ml of 1 by 20 molar K2Cr2O7 in the presence of H2SO4. मतलब acidic medium हो गया. Also find normality. You need to find volume strength. Once you know the volume strength, you can find normality, gram per liter, percentage weight by volume. ये सब हो जाएगा. प्रथम आदित्य, आप लोग भी अपना वीडियो ऑन रखो.
सर मैं डिस्कनेक्ट हो रहा हूँ इसलिए वाईफाई बंद.
ओके ओके. Volume strength part is very important. In JEE Mains, you can get a question on volume strength. Integer type में JEE Mains में in 2020, in 2021, many of the slots had a question on volume strength.
Normality 1.8.
Normality is how much?
1.8.
1.8. 1.8 is not the right answer. एक बार फिर से calculate करना. What is the Z factor you have taken for K2CR207? 6 ही लिया ना? 6 लिया तो 1.8 तो नहीं आया यहाँ पे. 1.2 आना चाहिए. Please cross check. The normality of H2O2 is given as 1.2.
हाँ सर 1.2 आता है. मैंने वो Z factor H2O2 का 3 ले लिया.
Z factor H2O2, you should not forget this. For any of the reactions, Z factor of H2O2 is only 2. It will never change. इतना यही है. Z factor of H2O2 is 2. बहुत आसान है. If you are given a question with H2O2, एक प्रॉब्लम तो वहीं पे सॉल्व हो गया. Z factor of H2O2 is 2. Shall we discuss? Initially, you are having 50 ml H2O2 solution. Suppose मान लेते इसका molarity again M1 मान लेते. I am diluting this with another 50 ml water. What will happen to its molarity? अभी volume double हो गया है ना? Molarity क्या हो जाएगा? Molarity will become M1/2. Agreed? How to calculate that? Initial moles of H2O2 is 50 into M1. This must be equal to final moles, which is M2 into 100. So M2 is equals to M1/2. Agreed? I am taking only 20 ml of that solution. 20 ml of solution having M1/2 molarity, and this solution is of H2O2. It is titrated against 40 ml 1/20 molar K2CR207. इसके लिए Z factor H2O2 का 2, इसका Z factor is 6. So if I'm applying the formula, 20 into M1/2 into 2 must be equal to 40 into 1/20 into 6. Agreed? यहाँ पे 2 और 2 cancel होगा. 2 1s, 2 2s. Agreed? So ये 2 भी cancel होगा. So M1 कितना आया? Molarity कितना आया?
0.6.
0.6 molar. What is normality? Molarity into Z factor, which is equals to 0.6 into 2, which is equals to 1.2 normal. What should be the volume strength? Volume strength X is equals to 11.2 into molarity, which is 11.2 into 0.6. कितना आएगा ये?
0.67.
6.72.
हाँ सर 6.7.
6.72 volume. Okay. 6.72 volume का मतलब क्या है? If I take 1 liter of this particular solution, it will give me 6.72 liters of O2 at STP according to that given equation. H2O2 gives rise to H2O plus O2. Okay. Okay. Solve this question. Gyani Raja, please try to answer this. Gyani Raja or
Yes, sir.
Aditya. Okay. 25 ml of H2O2 solution were added to excess of acidified solution of Ki. The I2 so liberated. Matlab in the reaction there is liberation of I2. The I2 so liberated required 20 ml of 0.1 normal Na2H2O3 for titration. They have given normality of Na2H2O3. They're asking calculate the volume strength of H2O2 in terms of calculate the strength of H2O2 in terms of normality, percentage weight by volume. Percentage matlab percentage weight by volume ही लेना है and volume strength.
Zero point zero eight.
0.08 is the normality. Very good. Very good. So once you get the normality, you can get the volume strength and percentage weight by volume. What is the formula for percentage weight by volume? It is 34x upon 112. 34x
So
upon 1.
percentage 0.136.
Very good. Percentage weight by volume is 0.136. Very good. What is the idea behind this question? ये जो H2O2 solution है, it is added to acidified Ki, and in the process it is giving me some I2, and this is added to Na2H2O3, okay, whose volume is 20 ml and normality is 0.1 normal. This is for complete reaction. According to the concept of equivalence, okay, as per equivalent concept, can I say the equivalence of H2O2 must be equal to equivalence of I2 liberated. Agreed? I'm not bothering about equivalence of Ka in the solution because it is added to excess of acidified solution of Ka. Okay, so इसमें ज़्यादा हो सकता है, but the amount that will be reacted with H2O2 will be equal to the equivalence of H2O2, and that must be equal to the equivalence of I2 liberated, which must be equal to equivalence of Na2 H2O3 consumed. Agreed? So as per this logic, what are equivalents of H2O2? 25 into normality of H2O2 must be equal to 20 into
0.8.
normality of Na2H2O3. Agreed? So what is the normality of H2O2? It is 25.
Sir, 2 upon
सही है ना?
2 upon 20.
2 upon 20.
2 upon 5.
Sorry. 2 upon 25. It is 2 upon 25, which comes out to be equal to कितना है ये?
0.08.
0.08 normal. Once you got normality, molarity is equals to normality upon Z factor, which is 0.08 upon 2, 0.04. What is volume strength? Molarity into 11.2, which is 0.04 into 11.2, which is equal to how much?
0.0044.
0.448 na?
Yes,
0.448 volume. What is percentage weight by volume? Equal to 34x upon 112, which is equal to 34 into x is 0.448 upon 112. This comes out to be
0.136.
agreed. Clear है?
हाँ sir.
Okay. Hardness of water. Hardness of water के ऊपर we will be just seeing the numerical now. We won't be going in details about the hardness of water. मतलब किस वजह से आता है and how to remove the hardness of water. We will be understanding that particular theory in the chapter of hydrogen. अभी के लिए we will try to solve the numerical because it is related to equivalent concept only. And this question is the most common question in JEE mains. Hardness of water के ऊपर. Very, very, very important. Okay. Either they may give the question on volume strength or they will give the question on hardness of water. Basic idea hai, what is meant by hardness of water? It is because of salts of Ca2 positive and Mg2 positive. Presence of Ca2 positive and Mg2 positive salts in water makes it hard, and hard water doesn't produce any lather with soap. ये आपको पहले से idea है. There is basically two types of hardness: temporary hardness, which is because of bicarbonates, and permanent hardness, which is because of chlorides and sulfates. Okay, bicarbonates of calcium and magnesium. Permanent hardness is because of chlorides and sulfates of calcium and magnesium. Okay. Okay. In order to measure hardness of water, we usually measure hardness of water in terms of ppm of CaCO3, calcium carbonate. It is measured in terms of ppm of CaCO3 or milligrams per liter of CaCO3. Okay. देखो, actual में system में we don't have CaCO3. We are converting calcium bicarbonate or calcium chloride or calcium sulfate into equivalent amount of CaCO3. and we will be representing that in terms of ppm of CaCO3. It is not necessary that CaCO3 is present inside water. Everyone understand this? We are measuring the hardness of water as equivalent amount of CaCO3 present inside the water. Dekho, if I have CaHCO3 twice, which is calcium bicarbonate. Calcium bicarbonate, इसका Z factor जो है calcium carbonate का Z factor जो है दोनों same है. So we will be converting amount of CaHCO3 twice present into equivalent amount of CaCO3, and यहाँ पे molarity will be equal to normality because the Z factor is same. इसका भी Z factor 2 है, इसका भी Z factor 2 है. Everyone, is this point clear?
Then again.
Yes, sir.
मैं क्या बोल रहा हूँ? We will be representing the unit for measurement of hardness of water is ppm of CaCO3. That doesn't mean that CaCO3, calcium carbonate, is present inside water. What we have inside water, the hardness of water is because of bicarbonates, chlorides, and sulfates. We don't have carbonate. वो जो bicarbonates है, we are representing or we are converting them into equivalent amount of calcium carbonate, and we are representing in terms of calcium carbonate. Okay. The reason for doing this is the mass of calcium carbonate is 100. उससे calculation जो भी करेंगे ना, those will be easy. Okay. So we are converting each and every compound present into equivalent amount of calcium carbonate. And in case of bicarbonates, the molarity will be equal to normality because in दोनों का मतलब इसका molarity और इसका molarity दोनों same ही रहेगा. Because the Z factors are same. यहाँ पे भी +2 charge है, यहाँ पे भी total +2 charge है, total negative charge -2, total negative charge -2. Is that clear?
Yes.
Okay. What I'm trying to say is 0.2 molar calcium bicarbonate present in water is equivalent to 0.2 molar CaCO3. 0.2 molar magnesium bicarbonate present in water is equivalent to 0.2 molar CaCO3. Is that clear?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So system के अंदर if you are having a calcium bicarbonate and magnesium bicarbonate, just simply find molarity of Ca2 positive and molarity of Mg2 positive and add them up, because we are converting into, both of them are converting into equivalent amounts of CaCO3 ना, दोनों को add करके try to calculate the ppm. Is this clear? एक क्वेश्चन करते हैं, आपको समझ में आएगा. This is the question that is given. In the solution, you are having Ca2 positive as 0.0014 molar and Mg2 positive as 0.0008 molar. You need to find hardness of water in terms of ppm, parts per million of CaCO3. Try to solve this. I will explain. And in this case, ये जो parts per million है, this is weight by weight parts. Weight by weight parts का मतलब क्या है? Weight of CaCO3 divided by weight of solution into 10 power 6. Try to solve this question. What is the total Ca2 positive concentration? What is the total Ca2 positive concentration? I am also taking a 0.0008 molar Mg2 positive. I'm converting that into equivalent amount of Ca2 positive, which is also equal to 0.0008 molar Ca2 positive. Agreed?
Pass.
So what is the total Ca2 positive? 0.0014 molar plus 0.0008 molar, which is equal to, how much is this?
0.00.
0.22 molar. This is nothing but equivalent concentration of Ca2, CO3. Agreed? Now we are having 0.0022 molar CaCO3 solution. Agreed? If I take 1 liter of the solution, assuming 1 liter of solution, tell me the moles of CaCO3.
0.022.
Equals to 0.0022. What will be the mass?
0.22.
Into 100, which is equal to 0.22 grams. What is the mass of this 1 liter solution? For this, we need to know the density. If you see the concentration of CaCO3, 0.0022 molar is very, very less. Okay. So because of addition of that much small amount of CaCO3, our assumption is the density of water is not changing. Okay. If the density of water is not changing, it will be 1000 ml into 1 gram per ml. So which is equal to 1000 grams. Here we need to take an assumption because of presence of CaCO3. Definitely the density of water is going to change, but the change will be very, very less. Hence, I'm assuming the density of water as 1 gram per ml only. Reason kya hai? The concentration of CaCO3 is very, very less. Agreed?
Pass.
So what will be ppm then? ppm will be equals to mass of solute, which is 0.22 divided by mass of solution into 10 power 6. Can you tell me the value of this?
220.
220. 220 ppm. Let us also try to convert this into or a ppm, or it is expressed in ppm of CaCO3 in water or milligram per liter of CaCO3 in water. Milligram per liter. What is the mass of CaCO3?
0.2.
Equal to 0.22 grams. Can I write this as milli matlab? I need to multiply this by 10 raised to minus 3. Divide by 10 raised to minus 3. 10 raised to minus 3 grams is nothing but milligram. So 10 raised to ये जो 10 raised to minus 3 है ऊपर गया तो 10 power 3 हो जाएगा. So this will be 220 milligrams. ये जो 220 milligrams है, this is present in 1 liter solution. So what is the concentration of it in milligrams per liter? It is 220 milligram per liter. So if you observe, the concentration in terms of ppm or the concentration in terms of milligram per liter are the same. Okay. यूजुअली दोनों सेम ही आएगा, concentration in ppm
Sir,
और
वो
concentration in milligram per liter. Sorry,
वो 10 पावर -3 अपॉन 10 पावर -3 क्या है?
मैं इसको मिलीग्राम्स में कन्वर्ट करने के लिए ये किया, because we are trying to get the concentration in terms of milligrams.
Into
10 raised to
1000.
-3 grams is milligram ना, 10 raised to -3 into 10 power 3. Okay,
0 ही होएगा ना, 10 पावर -3 into 10.
0 क्यों होगा, 1 होगा ना?
हाँ वही तो, फिर बाद में 0.22 आएगा ना मिलीग्राम.
नहीं नहीं नहीं, ये 10 raised to -3 को इसके साथ ले लिया ना, मिलीग्राम करके लिखा, सो 10 पावर 3 को इसके साथ मल्टीप्लाई कर रहा हूँ.
तो फिर 222 into 10 पावर 220 into 10 पावर -3 होना चाहिए ना.
220 into 10 power -3, यहाँ पे ये देखो, this 10 raised to -3 itself is written as milli. This milligram mg 10 power 3 into 0.22, it is 220.
अच्छा हाँ
हाँ, समझा?
हाँ.
Okay, is this clear?
Yes.
So whenever you are asked to find the hardness of water, what we do is, solution के अंदर जो भी ions है, they can be of bicarbonates, they can be of chlorides, they can be of sulfates. You need to convert them into equivalent amount of CaCO3. Okay, calcium sulfate ho, 1 mole of calcium sulfate is equivalent to 1 mole of CaCO3. Agreed? Calcium chloride ho, magnesium chloride ho, whatever it may be, I can convert into equivalent amount of CaCO3. आपको क्या करना है, you need to add all the molarities of individual ions that will be equal to equivalent amount of CaCO3. Agreed?
Yes, sir.
Okay, सारे molarities को आप लोग ऐड कर लेना, because irrespective of the ion present, always they will be equal to same molar concentration of CaCO3, because इन सबका Z factor same है. यहाँ पे भी Ca2 पॉजिटिव आयन है, इसमें भी Ca2 पॉजिटिव आयन है, Mg2 पॉजिटिव है, +2 है, यहाँ पे भी +2 है. Agreed?
Yes, sir.
You need to simply add all those things. Once you get the molarity of CaCO3, take 1 liter solution and calculate the ppm. The assumption is the density of water, we are not changing it. The density of solution is exactly equal to the density of water, which is 1 gram per liter. The reason for that is the concentrations of these ions are very, very less. The concentration of these substances are less. So the density of water is not that much affected. I hope this is clear.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So end of redox, end of entire mole concept and equivalent concept. You can solve most of the questions from Narendra Avasthi. In the section of titrations, in Narendra Avasthi, you may have questions from acid-base titrations. Some of the questions can be solved, but some of the questions which have indicators, those may not be solved. We will discuss those questions in our next lecture. Okay, we will discuss the doubts in our next lecture. So please solve all the questions of level 1. Is this clear?
Yes.